Welcome to the 5-Minute Nerd, episode 57. Today we're diving into the chilling world of H.P. Lovecraft and his Cthulhu Mythos to uncover its powerful influence on modern horror. From cosmic horrors to psychological dread, let's explore how Lovecraft's work transformed the genre and continues to shape horror to this day. Let's get started. H.P. Lovecraft, known for his distinctive take on horror, revolutionized the genre with his Cthulhu Mythos. This mythos brought a unique perspective on fear, moving away from the typical horror tropes of vampires or haunted castles to a terrifying vision of cosmic insignificance. The Cthulhu Mythos, first introduced in the 1920s, is a collection of stories centered around ancient godlike entities that exist beyond human understanding. The most famous of these entities is Cthulhu, a monstrous being that sleeps in the sunken city of R'lyeh beneath the ocean. In Lovecraft's world, these entities are not inherently evil. They are indifferent to humanity, treating us as insignificant. One of Lovecraft's most innovative ideas was the concept of cosmic horror. He depicted the universe as vast, cold, and indifferent, where humans are powerless against ancient, incomprehensible forces. This terrifying insignificance creates an existential dread as we realize there are horrors lurking beyond our perception that cannot be fought or reasoned with. Another key theme in Lovecraft's work is the fragility of the human mind. Many of his protagonists encounter horrors so vast and alien that they lose their sanity. This fear of madness has become a defining element of the horror genre, representing the human mind's limits when faced with the incomprehensible. Lovecraft's style has permeated modern horror in countless ways, from literature and film to video games and comics. Let's look at some of the most notable examples. Horror authors like Stephen King and Clive Barker have cited Lovecraft as a major influence on their work. King often weaves existential dread into his novels, and Barker's focus on dark, unknowable forces echoes Lovecraft's treatment of the unknown. Filmmaker John Carpenter drew directly from Lovecraft's influence in movies like In the Mouth of Madness and The Thing. These films emphasize themes of paranoia, isolation, and the limits of human understanding, channeling Lovecraft's concept of cosmic horror. Lovecraft's influence extends into video games like Bloodborne: Eternal Darkness and Call of Cthulhu, which capture the eerie atmosphere and unsettling themes of his stories. Comics such as Hellboy and Providence also build upon Lovecraft's world, paying homage to the ancient horrors and existential dread that define his mythos. The power of the Cthulhu Mythos lies not just in the creatures, but in the themes Lovecraft introduced. These themes continue to resonate because they tap into primal fears, questioning the nature of reality and our place in the universe. Lovecraft's stories don't rely on traditional scares. Instead, they create an atmosphere of dread by hinting at horrors we can't fully understand. This fear of the unknown has become a cornerstone of modern horror, seen in works like Annihilation and The Blair Witch Project, where unseen threats create tension and unease. Lovecraft's exploration of madness as a response to horror has become a staple in horror media. Modern horror often uses unreliable narrators or characters experiencing reality-shattering events to build suspense and terror, leaving the audience questioning what's real and what's imagined. Perhaps the most lasting impact of Lovecraft's work is the idea that humans are small players in a vast, chaotic universe. This concept of an indifferent cosmos is present in films like Event Horizon and Hereditary, where forces beyond human comprehension drive the horror. From his signature cosmic horror to his portrayal of humanity's fragile sanity, Lovecraft's Cthulhu Mythos has reshaped the way we experience horror. His influence on literature, film, and games continues to keep fans captivated and horrified to this day. Until next time, when we'll dive into another nerd culture favorite, keep nerding out. If there are parts of the nerd universe that you would like for us to cover here at 5-Minute Nerd, leave us a note in the comments. To keep getting nerd culture broken down in 5 minutes, don't forget to like and subscribe.